What's going on, guys? Otis Kirk, recruiting insider, with us. And Otis, let's talk about a fact that commitment came from a linebacker out of Jonesboro. This is Marko Jones, class of 2021, 6'3", 215.
Yeah, that was a good. That was a great pickup for the Hogs because I think this is like 3 years in a row at least that they've gotten a player out of Jonesboro, even though. Technically, he hasn't ever played at Jonesboro. He will this season. He played at Forest City last year. But, I mean, you go back and you think of Noah Gatlin, you think of Jashad Stewart and those guys. So, I mean, it's at least 3 years in a row they've gotten someone out of Jonesboro. And so, it's kind of becoming a little bit of a pipeline to Arkansas. And he can run. He was injured last year, Simon. I think he only played like 8 games. So he didn't get to play every game, but he still had pretty good stats when you look at it and stuff. But I saw him when he came to a junior day up here, and the 6'3" is pretty close to being legit. I mean, I think he's that tall, and he's got the frame to really put on a lot of weight. I mean, he's 212, but he's going to put on a lot more weight, and he's got good speed. I really like that pickup. They offered him, and they offered him Friday morning. He took an hour to decide. I mean, what he did, he talked it over with his dad, and they just had the tornado the previous Saturday, and then you got the coronavirus going around. They thought it was time to just go ahead and, hey, let's go ahead and commit to this because you don't know how many visits you're going to be able to take or camps or anything. So they just went ahead and committed, and that gives Arkansas their second commitment in this class. Of course, we know about Terry Wells of Wynn, is committed too. So, but I like that, Drew. I really did. They just kind of offered him, and he committed. You think it's kind of like the Towers kid out of Joe T. Robinson. He gets a commitment and then commits the same day. You kind of impressed when kids do that.
Yeah, absolutely. Colin Oliver is another kid we'll talk about, and as another linebacker we'll talk about. And I understand he's got the Hogs in his top 8. How serious is he about Arkansas?
Well, I think he's pretty serious. He's another kid that played in 6 games last season because of injuries, missed some time because of season. Missed some games because of his injury last season. He's 6'2", 221 out of Edmond, Santa Fe, down to Texas Tech, Nebraska, Iowa State, TCU, Houston, Ole Miss, Oklahoma State, and Utah. And if you notice, Oklahoma's not on that list. Sometimes they don't offer those kids, even though he's a 4-star linebacker. They didn't offer Miles Slusher last year. It's really – they didn't offer Felix Jones. It's kind of weird. OU does that, but there's some good ball players over there. We all know how good Felix Jones turned out, and I'm pretty sure Miles Slusher is going to be very good as well. So this is another kid in Oklahoma that really, when you look at it, I mean, he could go to any of those schools, and he has visited Texas Tech, and stuff, and he's visited some of the other schools, and it's a little bit of an advantage because in this day and age, when they have already got to take some visits, like Avant was here on February the 1st, Drew. Colin Oliver's been to some of those schools, and he hasn't been to. So it's going to be interesting to see when they can start taking visits again and how long he waits to make a decision because you need to get him here on a visit, and that's where if a kid hasn't visited, it really hurts. Sam talked about how big it was to get those kids here for those 2 junior days. And this is one that they really like to get here for a visit. But he did think enough of them to put them in his top 8.
How much are they high on this kid out of Kentucky, Michael Lunds? First of all, the fact they're going to the Bluegrass, taking a look at this guy, he's also a linebacker.
Yeah, and you see a trend there. There are a lot of linebackers they're looking at. Yeah, he was the MVP at one of the combines up there. He's got about 13 offers, I believe it is, and he came down for the February. The March 7th. It was the March 7th junior day. Trying to remember, all the days are running together with us being stuck here at the house. But it was the March 7th junior day he was at, and. Because he wasn't offered till February the 26th. And so just about a week and a half, 2 weeks later, he came down for a visit to Arkansas. It helps, that Arkansas got that visit because he's looking at Cincinnati. But and the thing that a lot of people don't know about Michael is he's midterm. And I had that in my story the other day. And here's the key with him. He says the coronavirus still is not going to alter his plans. And he's going to take his 5 official visits during the season and then sign either on his grandmother's or commit on his grandmother's birthday or on December the 4th or at the first day of the early signing period. But of course, when he says he's not going to alter his plan, we're assuming there's going to be a football season for him to play and then take visits that weekend. So it'll be interesting. But yeah, he's about 6'3", 230, a bigger linebacker. He's a little bit bigger than some of the other kids. Doesn't have the Oliver or Avant speed. That's the one thing that he's got to work on right now. But he can play, and so it's going to be interesting to see what he does because. It's going to come down to who of these linebackers jumps on board first, but how many they're going to take. They signed a bunch last year, and it'll be interesting to see how many Arkansas takes in this class.
All right, James Joyner, a guy who's in state. Yeah. I know he's running back and somebody who has an Arkansas offer. How much have you had an opportunity to see James play, and what are we looking at here in terms of recruitment?
Well, he only played a couple of 3 games last year because of a knee injury and had surgery, but North Texas offered him the other day. Kansas, Memphis. Arkansas's offered him twice. They offered him, and they were the first school to offer him on January the 26th in 2019, and then Sam and them re-offered him on February 1st at the junior day. He came to up here, Louisiana Tech, Missouri's offered him. He's 6 foot 200, and here's the thing about James is, he is a running back, but he told me he's also a very good safety, Drew. And he told me the other day. I asked him, I said, are you definitely considering only schools that's going to play you at running back, or do you care? He said, I'm an athlete. I want to play I want to go where I can get on the field the quickest. In other words, if I can get on the field quicker being a safety, then I'll play safety. So he considers himself an athlete. I'm sorry, not a linebacker, an athlete. And he's not hung up on the running back positions. I guess is what I'm trying to say. He really likes he likes the Razorbacks. They really made a strong impression on him. He really likes Jimmy Smith too, who would be his running back coach if he played running back here at Arkansas. He likes Coach Pittman. So, but there's one to keep an eye on because Parkview's got some talent. Aaron Outley's on that team too, and then they've got some other players. So a lot of talent on that team is Parkview. This may be the year they do something over there.
All right, let's close with Quincy McAdoo. How excited is he in terms of his interest in Arkansas? This is somebody who has a Razorback offer.
Yeah, he's a sophomore. He's at Clarendon. Here's the thing about him. I wrote about him the other day. This week I wrote about him. He has Oklahoma and Florida. He had Florida State, Houston, and Arkansas offers. Since then, Oklahoma and Oregon have offered him. He's up to 5 offers, and he's in the 2022 class. Joyner's a sophomore, too. But McCoy, this is a kid that got a lot of speed. That's the thing I like about him, Drew. He played at Hazen, then moved over to Camden. He used to Clarendon. Used to live at Clarendon. He moved back to Clarendon. Played his 10th grade year there, and it's a move that's paying off for him. But he's up to 5 offers. There's no telling how many that kid's going to have at the end of his recruiting because, like I said, he's already at 5, and it's just he's got so much speed. He's 6'3", going to be a wide receiver in college, and there's some really good athletes, speed guys in that 2022 class. I've been writing about him a lot. He's certainly one of them. I mean, he's one to watch. He's one of Arkansas's big priorities in that class.
All right, Otis, as always, appreciate your work, man. You will continue to work for us on hogville.net. Otis Kirk, thanks very much.
Thank you. Thanks, Drew. See you guys.